I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog so the day that you finally pop off, they'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith.
Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
First of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trey Lance.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the 2nd round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quay Walker from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Another big play here as they strike for 31. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, and these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
On 1st down, Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Rodgers to throw once more. Oh, he brings it in off the deflection. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. And Carter, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
First down, here's Mitchell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early string. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On the option, running left is Lance. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 37-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Lance going to throw. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
Oh, man, partner, this is something quarterbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Quez Watkins. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
On the move to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 33 yards that time.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half. Crosby with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down. A final shot before half for Lance. And Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Eric Stokes. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC division. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. Short completion, just 4 yards, and 3rd and 8 now.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Slot man moves right. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. That's Watkins. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. Yeah, I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Out to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it is 42-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Sammy Watkins who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Quay Walker able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, 83 yards. And the 49ers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers steps away. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. Touchdown! Sammy Watkins saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give it.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 50 yards. And the Niners get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Gold with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Packers offense set to go. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Quez Watkins saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Crosby with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
51 on the mic, 51. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now Lance. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Rodgers now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. Touchdown! Quez Watkins, 32 yards. And the Packers continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. From midfield, here's Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Another try after the first down sack. Lance over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The kick by Gold is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers looking to throw. Rolling to his left. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point try now for Crosby. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
23 yards on the play.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Quay Walker
able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Lance looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Hunter hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the
My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole